Hey, it's Ed here. Today we're taking a look at technical analysis for Nasdaq with Elliott Wave Theory. So let's jump into here and start with the 1 hour time frame. If you are wondering about the gap here, it is due to these contracts. We are changing from one contract to another, and apparently it changes in December and not January 2023. I'm a bit confused about this, but again, I'm quite still new to these things. So if you know more about this, let me know in the comments. That is definitely interesting to me. Now let's get into the actual price here. Or actually, before we get into the charts or the counts, I just wanted to mention that we are getting some divergences happening here. We can see that from all of these structures here, we are getting divergences. So those are going to be pushing us down a bit. We do get some kind of very minor divergence here at the current highs that we are, and also we did get that divergence at these lows that we had. On 4 hours, we did not yet get a sell signal here, but we might not get one if this is too small of a time frame. On 1 hour, we are getting these alerts basically saying that we are very much oversold on multiple indicators. So what do we actually have here as in the form of counts? We had invalidated a couple of different things. One of them was related to the bearish counts, but let's go through all of these since we haven't covered this in just a moment, or a few days, I guess. I think I did it last week as well. On any case, the idea here was that we were creating a diagonal, and this is the only bullish counts I can get here. Although we don't get a very good looking or a count where wave 1 is larger than wave 3, I still do allow this. However, again, it's not very pretty and it lowers the probabilities of this case. But again, still I do trade based on these counts, even if they are not the perfect ones, if I see a good setup. At the moment, if we have ended the count up in here, we would be creating this as the first leg or something, looking to create a pullback and then looking for continuation downwards. Again, this would get better if we clear out these lows and basically invalidate the idea here. Of course, there is a possibility where we are creating this kind of structure, but at that point, this is no longer a 5-way structure. We do have that divergence at the end, but again, this is not very clear of a 5-way move. I can't consider this, or I can consider this as well as a 3-way structure or some kind of combination correction, but again, not very clear what it is. Same thing with this current structure here. Again, we could be having a 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 3 4 5 count here. Again, not very perfect. This would give us the sense that we would be correcting down before up, and if we break these highs, then I don't think this is that likely anymore. If we break these highs, then we would be looking at another count here, which would be this, where the overall idea is that we have created an ABC into W here, ABC into X, getting right to the 38.2 here, retracement of this original move, and then we would be continuing up higher. Again, the idea of higher time frame would be that we would be creating WXY like so. In this scenario, if we break out these lows, then I don't think this is very likely anymore. Because again, if we are thinking this to be a 5-way structure, then getting below this is invalidating that idea. At the moment, again, as mentioned, neither of these structures are very clear, so is very much up to you how you would be playing this. But yeah, we have two different ideas here. One of them again is saying that if we break this, then this count is more likely. And if we break this count, then if we break this low, then this count is more likely. So although I have this as more of a bullish, is on the lower time frame is the more bearish one, and same with this one. Even though I've named this as a bear too, this is more bullish on the higher time frame. It's just more bullish on the low term and bearish on the higher time frame, because again, we are correcting higher, not impulsing higher. So that's the key difference there. With a bullish idea here, this whole thing could be a wave A, of course, or this could be a wave 1. That's the idea of being a potential wave 1. However, with the Dow Jones being very much more bullish and taking out all these highs already, I can't really see us very much having this as a very good looking structure. If we are still thinking on higher time frame that this thing was some kind of a running flat, we are certainly able to do that. We hit the 0.618 here to the tick. Again, 0.618 is the minimum I want to see for this kind of structure, or any expanded structure, to be hitting with the C wave. So that is something that I hold as a minimum. So that is definitely still possible, and this, at that point, this would not be the start of something new, but the end of something. And now we would be heading to dumpster land, basically, as we have created a three-way structure here, a three-way structure that was supposed to be correcting this structure here, but it only retraced basically this amount of price action. So yeah, that is definitely a very bearish count. This would be saying that we would be having another one of these from here, this pivot point, and you see the areas here, the targets. I'm not going to go too detailed into that at the moment, as we don't really have a clear direction as of yet. But just keep that in mind. I think that is going to do it for this Nasdaq video. If you made it this far into the video again, I would appreciate the likes. Link to my free Discord server in the description below. And for now, I thank you for watching and hope you have an amazing rest of your day. See you next video. Bye bye.